Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy. Welcome back to the episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. In previous video we explored the fair until the Ferris wheel began to chase us. At the end of the video we dove under an area that the Ferris wheel opened up for us by smashing through a cage. And now we're in some random area where we need to try and figure out a solution to this sort of escape room we are in. Eventually it will lead us to our prize. However, it appears that many items in here, such as these tiny paintings, are rather pointless. This one, however, has a purpose. Something's hidden behind here. Alright, let's move the picture out of the way then. What's this here? It's a key! It appears to be some sort of key. But what does it unlock? We won't know until we investigate further. But the shape certainly looks familiar. Professor, could this be... It looks just like... the tower. I knew there was something about that dead end. Perhaps the key will shed some light on things. Luke, we need to head back to the large wall on the north side of St. Mystere. I have a hunch that it's more than a dead end. The tower key was added to the list of mysteries. Thus concludes Chapter 7, The Abandoned Park. And, oh, let's go! We were able to get through that entire chapter without missing a single puzzle. Isn't that lovely? Alright, now we need to beeline it over, just as Layton said, towards the main area, where we need to get to the center of town, and then head to the north, and then go investigate that dead end. Let's go investigate that dead end right away. Alright, Luke, but first let's make a quick stop at the inn. There's something I need to check on there. Why the inn, Professor? It seems that someone doesn't want us around, Luke. Someone is, in fact, after us. And the key to identify this scoundrel is back at the inn. So you can already have an idea of who's behind this? Haha, I piqued your interest. Indeed you did, Professor. Chapter 8, The Shadowy Intruder. Someone's been obstructing the investigation. Find the troublemaker and continue to work on the case. I will not save my progress, for I am recording. Let's talk to Polly just to say hi. Ooh, rage works up an appetite. I'm starving. I don't believe Polly will have any more puzzles for us. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't think Polly will have any puzzles for us ever again. So that's a little bit of a shame if you're a Polly fan. If not, then you should be golden. Hello, Professor. Is something the matter? You look a little shaken. Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Could you show me the newspaper from the last couple of days? The papers? Certainly. Hang on a moment while I go fetch them for you. That's strange. I'm sure I set them around here somewhere. Is there a problem? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Every day, even today's morning paper has gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. This has been most helpful. Just what was in those papers anyway, Professor? Yoo-hoo, Professor Layton! Ramon, and what do we owe this visit? Oh, he told me I needed to find you and bring you to Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. Hoo. He and Lady Dahlia wait you at the Reinhold Manor. Thank you for the message. We will set out for the manor in just a few moments. We will. You don't have a newspaper, lady? Oh, hello there. Have you had any luck tracking down that bill-dodging ruffian? We have not had any luck. In fact, I don't think we've actually searched for that guy. We went right into the sewers and didn't really look back. You found the key to the tower, haven't you? How do you know about that key? You mustn't interfere with the tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? Presumably she runs away, and we don't get to hear any more. Surprised Luke isn't there saying like, what's the beautiful girl doing? Lady Dahlia's requests are always such a handful to take on, aren't they? Oh, hoo. They certainly are, Ramon. You weird guy. Your neck is just absurd. Welcome back, Professor. Please come in. Everyone is waiting. Thank you, Matthew. Is something troubling you, my good man? You seem ill at ease. Oh no, I'm fine, sir. Please make your way to the parlor. Alright, if it's heard that nothing is the matter, we'll head upstairs. Matthew, blink twice if you're being held hostage. Ah, Mr. Layton. Thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Chelmy? Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out with it. I'm on to you, Layton. It's clear as day. You're responsible for Simon's death. Are you suggesting I murdered Simon? Nonsense. Yeah. Nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. I don't suppose you've seen this before, eh? This vase was on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensic evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with a vase. Our killer was no professional. You see, he left his fingerprints all over that murder weapon. Fingerprints that match yours, Mr. Layton. Oh, that's a vase from the market, isn't it? You rotten murderer. If this vase is evidence, why did you just break it like it was nothing? So go on and give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed, huh? Come on, out with it. I was with Luke, investigating matters down in the village. Huh, is that the best you can muster? It's clear little brat is an accomplice to your crime. Admit it, Layton. You two wanted the golden apple so badly that you conspired to murder Simon. You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. While I'm at it, I'll take the key to the tower you picked up too. It seems that you are intent on pinning me on this crime, Inspector. But if you are a true enforcer of law, you'll acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of this household could have committed the crime. In fact, you can't even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are you even sure that a murder took place here? What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? You really think anyone here is fooled by your crackpot theories? Inspector, tell me. I'm beginning to think the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. This has nothing in the slightest to do with me.
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious?
If there is any criminal element involved in this case, then it is you, sir. What? That's absurd.
Hey, calm down!
What utter rubbish! You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
I've heard you're quite a devoted husband, Inspector. I bet you will take very good care of your wife, Amy. Luke and I found this article in the paper. Luke, what was Inspector Chelmey's favorite food again? Whoa! We have to tap our answer! This is scary. Anyone remember? The answer was he liked to eat sweets. And of course, this was in stark contrast to how he rejected the sweets that were presented to him in Reinhold Manor. This article specifically states you love sweet potato fritters, and yet you ragged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets with tea. Why? And your point is, it just so happens I have a fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters. Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please take a look at this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters. Yes? I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can all see, the article clearly states that Professor Inspector Chelmey's wife is Amelie, not Amy. You mean to tell me that you've forgotten your own wife's name? Gah. Out with it then. Who are you? And why have you been impersonating Inspector Chelmey? And why have you been running this investigation? But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. You said you received a report that prompted you to come to St. Mystere, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, the drawbridge that is St. Mystere's sole entrance had its crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village from that point on. No one could enter or leave the village. And do you recall just when this seclusion began? Where did it begin? Was it during our search for Claudia? Was it after a moment missing? Was it this morning when we received the inspector's summons? That was during the search for Claudia? Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. Huh. After that event, there was no way anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there was no way to take things out of the village, particularly something as large as a corpse. So tell me, Inspector Chelmey, where did you actually first step foot in St. Mystere? And furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? While we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How is it that you knew about the key to the tower we discovered? We happened upon that key. There wasn't a soul in the area, save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I have spoken of what we found there to no one. There's no conceivable way you could have known about this key. Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when we picked it up. Now let me see if I've got this all right. You pose as Inspector, and use Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike and steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? Did I read that correctly? That's a joke. That's a joke. If you get that joke, good job. Yeah. What's so funny? This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded at how despicable I find you, Layton. But that's exactly why you're worthy of being my archenemy. I've always despised you, Layton. I thought I'd be able to crush you once and for all here in St. Mystere, but we'll have to wait since you saw through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but St. Mystere hides a secret of epic proportions. Yeah. When I imagine a dimwit like you trying to unravel a mystery, I just have to smile. Yeah. My business here for the day has come to an end, so I'll be off now. But listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you came to being bested. One day I, the great Don Paolo, will rain my vengeance down upon you. And on that fearful day, you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat, perhaps even some galoshes. Yeah. Gosh. He leaped from the window. Defenestration! I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo is his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp on the hard sciences was rumored to be unrivaled. The problem, as you might guess, was his personality. He was a genius. The man was evil. The Science Board banished him from ever working officially in his field ever again. Sneaking into Reinhold Manor to steal the Reinhold fortune sounds like the kind of scheme he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What did you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. Well, that aside, what was all the secret of it hidden... What was all the talk of a secret hidden in the village he was talking about? I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple, shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check the dead end from before, Luke. Chapter 8, the Shadowy Intruder, has been solved. Which means we've also solved the mystery of Chelmy. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not checked on the mystery section of the Suitcase for a little while. Let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, we've solved 99 puzzles. We have found 99 puzzles. These are our hint coins. Time played, total score and pick-a-rats, our location. But we have a mystery section, which allows us to have bits of information about all of the different ideas that we are currently pondering in our head, all the things we don't have solutions to. I'm just clicking through each and every one of them. If you would like to pause the video and read more about them, you totally can. There are 10 mysteries in this game. We have found all 10 mysteries, and we have solved one of them. One of them was Inspector Chelmy, who is not actually Inspector Chelmy. There's also a few other things here, like the journal, which tells you about all the different events we've uncovered so far. We have the gizmos section, which is something I haven't really worked on. This is a gizmo puzzle where you have to construct some sort of a secret object based off of the things you have found. There's also the inn, which relates to the items we get at the end of each puzzle, and the painting puzzle, which relates to the scraps we pick up off the ground. Painting sort of like a jigsaw puzzle. The inn, you have to place things in different rooms. So that's sort of what we have as far as the inside of the suitcase. Would you please let me know if you find any elves or bachelorettes you might meet in your travels? You don't want to talk about the whole thing that just happened? I'm simply shocked at this turn of events. Who could have guessed we had an imposter in our midst? He had me completely fooled. I thought he was sus from the start. But you saw right through him, Professor. I must say, I'm quite impressed with your cunning. I ask you now to put that brilliant mind of yours to work again and set out in search of the golden apple. It would be my pleasure, madam. By the way, are you feeling all right? You look a bit pale. Oh. I woke this morning with the memories of a peculiar dream I must have had last night. In it, my husband and I had just had a brand new baby girl, and oh, how everyone fawned over her. The next moment, suddenly, I was in the park walking hand in hand with my young daughter. With your daughter, you say? Now, why would I have a silly dream like that? These past few days have really been quite draining. Huh. Professor Layton, I don't feel particularly well at the moment. I think I'll go lie down for a bit. What's wrong with Lady Dahlia? She says she had a dream of walking in the park with her young daughter. There's something quite curious about that dream. Quite curious indeed. Also, we should... Oh, I was hoping Matthew would be down here. I was gonna say, we ought to say goodbye to Matthew, since he very clearly was warning us about the oncoming potential prosecution we would get for walking in that room. But he did not successfully do so. That's not the door I wanted to click on, but that's fine. So throughout the game, since we know now Don Paolo is real, he has been the threat we have uncovered over several locations. He was one who activated the Ferris wheel. He obviously rigged the vase. He's been sort of messing with us at every step of the way, but he is finally uncovered. Thanks to the lovely lawyer work of Professor Layton. If only Ember Heard hired him. It's a dead end, no two ways about it. Maybe there's another pathway to the tower hidden around here. I'd argue we've come to the exact right spot, Luke. What do you mean by that? Look right here, Luke. There's a small indentation in the wall where one can place a small object. Oh, so this must be... Yes, this curious indentation is no doubt the spot indicated on Baron Reinhold's note to Archibald. I'm willing to wager that if we put this in here and give it a turn... we will part the wall! It's a wonder no one ever rammed a car through it. Wow! Just as I suspected. Alright, Luke, in we go. Chapter 9, The Tower's Secrets. A path to the tower has been found. Scale the tower and solve all the mysteries of St. Mystere. It also solves the mystery of the key, so it's a good thing we went over the mystery mechanic very quickly. Just a little brief introduction. I'm glad we went ahead and did that. So here we have the dead end that isn't quite a dead end anymore. And we can now approach to the tower entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, in the next episode we will actually be exploring the town a little bit, picking up some puzzles we missed, and then we will head into the tower. I believe this was the first episode of this entire series that didn't have a single puzzle in it. It was all cutscenes, all story. I hope you guys don't mind that, but I think now is a great place to break up the video. So I'll end things off here. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys put my videos around. And I'll catch you guys back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.